Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be learning how to use the turntable and also get the kiln set up. I hope you guys are ready. Alright guys, so I thought about sprucing this up a little bit. Now it may not look like much on the outside. We'll work on that eventually, but on the inside, this thing is really coming together. So all I did was take all the wood that I harvested from that tree pile that was over here. I ended up getting like eight or nine stacks of wood. Because those trees are just so tall, I'm able to build it up. And then we also have some other wood that's over here that we may dive into. But for right now, let's take a look on the inside here. So, of course, we last time made this little fella. We made this look a little bit nicer. What I've done is added a lot of this ironwood pillars here. I've added a lot of support. And the reason I've done that is because the more support you have, the more realistic it looks. I mean, you can't have a building just being held up by nothing. So what I did was I lowered these support beams, and it is making things look a little bit nicer with the beams being a little bit lower, and that allowed me to do full blocks up here. Of course, some areas I did have to fill in with wooden slabs, and of course this right here is preventing this from catching on fire, so that's another perk that this also adds to everything. Now it is getting dark, which is going to show off the lighting that we have going on in here. These candles do put off quite a good light show. Well, let's go ahead up to the top. That's where most of the work happened. It's a little bit darker up here. But as you can see, it is very spacious, and we're going to work on this area a little bit more as we head on further into today's episode. But man, I tell you what, this is going to be really good looking because I plan on having some windows here, and that's going to allow us to be able to see things like the sunset that's happening off in the distance there. I mean, is that not just a beautiful sight? Even if it is in Minecraft. Believe me, it makes you so immersed in the game and feel like you're actually here. That's a wonderful thing to have going on. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and sleep. I'm going to let the time kind of go by, and I'll see you guys in the morning, and we're going to start working on more of the builds. So I hope you guys are ready. So it is morning time, and I want to go ahead and add some walls to some of this. I think these would look good with walls, kind of dividing the areas up a little bit. And I want to use stone brick for the walls, for most of it. And I want to kind of keep this look where everything is sort of staggered and nothing is being placed in the same location. And a great way to do that, it's because it's really hard, honestly, to kind of make this look random. It's really hard to make things look random. So having a tool that'll let us place blocks at random is a very nice tool, especially for builders. So the trowel, you may go over this this item and never even know what this item is, but I'll go ahead and be sure to show you guys. The trowel is actually a very handy tool. So it looks like just a shovel, and you would think that maybe it's used as a shovel, but it's not. It's just, trust me, it's not. It's used for placing bricks, because normally when you use a trowel in real life, the trowel is very helpful for smoothing out like the concrete in between bricks, which is a great tool. But in this case, if we grab a bunch of different types of blocks here, say we have cobblestone, which we do have. I think we have some cobblestone. Oh, we may have turned all of our cobblestone into stone, now that I look at it. That's okay. We don't want too much cobblestone on the walls. For the most part, I want all of these types of bricks for the walls. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put these all in my main inventory here. And what this trowel does is it'll place down blocks at random. How cool is that? It doesn't get better than that. How random is that? It's perfect. You would never know. Like, you would never know that this is, you know, what this tool was used for unless you had looked it up. Now I am going to run into a problem here where this is probably not going to turn. So I'm going to leave that spot open. I think it will still turn. Let's test it. Will this still turn? Yes. Just wanted to make sure that it would still turn and keep the redstone torch there. And which it does. So I'll turn that off. And that should be just fine. I don't think it has to have, as long as it's got an open space there. This will be moved eventually, so I'm not too worried about that. As of right now. But yeah, wonderful tool here. It's going to come in handy for a lot of you builders out there. Anyone who is trying to work on stuff. Yeah, you just kind of keep your tools, keep your items and blocks inside here, and you'll work around. And the more you place, the more random it's going to get. which I think looks great. Random in builds is a great looking thing. So there we go. We just fill in that spot. And even up here, we can add more structure. And, you know, just kind of fill in areas. I'm going to actually leave that open. We do have this little area to fill in. This little area. And yeah, just keep doing things like this. Making rooms and stuff like that is what I'm working on right now. And there we go with that one. And we're just sort of making things, you know, just look good. We can cover these walls up as well, so we don't have to look in here. There is going to be some places where things are going to be completely solid, so we don't have to worry about walking through. But I think this area right here, we're going to have a stairwell going up into sort of a cabin up in the top. And I think same on this side. And this side is totally different. This should probably be open. But I am going to leave this side like that. This is going to be left open. And we're going to have walls in here. And all these walls need to be kind of filled in. So let me go ahead and do that. Now I do want a window right here. So I'm going to leave that spot. We're going to have a window here. We're actually going to work on the windows today as well. Let's go ahead and fill all these spots in. Even with the mossy, it looks so good. I think we can add some, we'll add wood there. Because we're going to have a beam going across. There we go. Same, we're going to have a window on this side. This is going to be more of a decorative sort of space. This actually needs to go away. I'm going to show you guys how to make windows, or how I would go about making windows. And look at that. Nice and random and all set up and ready to go. And ready for decoration. Like, decoration is going to be really great for this. This tool can be used for many things. If you dig a few holes in the ground and you want to place down gravel and stuff like that, this will be the great tool that'll allow you to randomize it and place down gravel, sand, dirt, grass, all that good stuff, which will look really good in the end. So there you go. You see what it looks like now. And then I think we're gonna, as we pillar up, I did get them level, but as we pillar up, things are gonna look a lot better. So let's go ahead and we'll work on some windows. So as we start to make windows, I want to make some stone brick stairs, and that's how we're going to make a lot of the windows that you're going to see me do. I tend to make them like this, and I've always made them like this, so that's just how I do things. Let's go ahead and start with this area. So right now, it kind of looks bland. We do have two set here, and I want to open this up more. So let's go ahead and knock these out down on the bottom. And what we can do is we can add the stone brick stairs. I think this looks really good whenever it's placed down and the windows are on it. And then up here, we can add stone brick stairs. Now, I think I want this to go a little bit higher. Right? Will this look better higher? I think so. I think it will. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's place it upside down like that. Not how it was. I think upside down look a lot better. Yeah, that's going to look a little bit better as we go. So let's go ahead and do this. There we go. And yeah, you guys are getting to see the building side that, you know, I normally don't show. Down here, we can do this. And the window just kind of sets right there on the edge and looks a lot more realistic. And if you had a texture pack or whatever, it would look even better with the way Windows works. Especially the glass pane. And there we go. So now we can see out of those. And that's going to be really nice to look through. If you had any other types of window, you could also use those. Chisel and Bits is in the pack, so you could probably use that as well. That would be another option. Let's get some of these peppers down. We have quite a lot of peppers, so I just figured I'd use it, even though it does give me a slight speed boost. All right, so right here we're going to do the same thing. This is going to make it look a lot better on the outside, along with the inside. And we'll do the same thing up here. And over here, we'll do the same thing. There we go. And on this side, we will do that as well. Bam, bam. There we go. Perfect. I think this one will set up just like that as well. There we go. And all we have to do now is place in the glass. And voila. We have windows. Now, we could drop this down and not have it up so high, but I think it's going to be just fine for what we're working with. Having windows that look like this. Because we'll decorate later and make things look a lot nicer than what you see here. Because, I mean, this is all the materials that we have to work with for right now until we get better tools and stuff like that. And then we start adding even cooler looking stuff. Now, I could break this up as well. And maybe not go with it like that. Maybe just use the actual brick and split these windows up. I'm actually going to do that. I think that would look even better. Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, who cares about breaking the glass? We'll fix that. And yeah, I think that'll look a lot better. Yeah, having separate windows. Very nice. And what we can do, throw a torch there and one there, and from the outside the windows will look very nice, especially at night. As we move to the front, or let's see what this looks like back here. There we go. Very nice and lit up. Oh no! I think that looks really good. So, yeah, all in all, pretty good for today's work. Let's go ahead and get on into some more Better with Mods and see what other work we can possibly get done. So as we move on, I need to go ahead and continue making glue. So we're gonna have to throw that in there and make sure it's stoked. And I do believe that the leather recipe is a stoked recipe to get glue. So we need to make sure that stays that way. And as you can see, that's going to start working. We're going to go ahead, while that's doing that, we're going to work on some other things. So, we did miss this last episode. I should have grabbed my book bag. We can go ahead and claim that. And see what we actually get out of this. Hopefully we get a good enchantment. That would be great. A book that gives us an enchant. Ooh, we got Smite 2, and then we got some of these other stuff from Dungeon Tactics. Which I don't know too much about, so we're going to have to learn a little bit about this. But I can see this gives you restoration, and there's some other things, and it says cost. Cast cost. So these do have a cost associated with them. They're kind of like spell books. And we'll have to figure out what those do. But they do involve Dungeon Tactics. I'm going to throw them in the Dungeon Tactics chest. And we did get ourselves another book. So we have plenty of books. And I think books can actually be smelted down. Instead of actually using leather, now that I think about that, let's throw books in there. Because books can actually be turned into leather as well. And I forgot we had so many books. Or they can be turned into glue, sorry, as well. I totally forgot about that. So yeah, let's use that instead of leather. Because leather is going to be pretty precious for us moving on. Because this can be used for a lot of different things that we're going to need. So let's go ahead and start working on some other things. So we're going to need a kiln at this point. We're kind of moving on. Let's take a look here. We need a turntable. That's something that we're definitely going to need. We may make that water wheel, and we'll use that possibly here in a little bit. We do need the glue, I think, to make the water wheel, though. We are going to need some clay, so we may have to go clay harvesting, because I don't think we have enough clay at this point. Yeah, no, we have 4. So let's go do some clay harvesting. Now, clay should be a little bit easier because they did add it to the ore excavation. So just nabbing it up will be a little bit easier. It's not going to be as tedious to have to mine through it whenever you're underground. But clay is something that was added. Let's see. We should be able to find some. Hopefully in the water. Maybe? Maybe underwater? I think there's some right here. Yeah, is that clay? It looks like clay. Yes, that was definitely clay. And there's another piece. I will take that, thank you. Do I see any more? I'm not seeing any directly, but we are in a sort of a river biome, so we should totally have some clay laying around. It shows up in patches every now and then. We'll definitely stumble upon some. Let's see. I'm looking. Do I see any? None there. Alright. We'll continue. Continue looking. Ooh, some really nice vegetation underground, though. Or underwater. Really nice looking. Here's some. Right? Or is this sand? No, that's clay. Good. Good. Oh, wait. Yes, that's clay. That was a big patch of clay, actually. I will take all of that. Awesome. That should totally be enough there's Oh yeah, there's a big section here of it. Thank you so much. I will take all of that. as it's starting to get dark. It is starting to, you know, kind of get nighttime here. We do need to head back. We will head back, and then we'll start making some stuff with clay and see how that goes. I feel as if the night and day cycle is totally different. I feel like it's a lot shorter, but I mean, maybe that's just me. Anyways, I guess whenever you're having fun, you don't realize how quick the time goes by, but it really does go by pretty fast. So, let's go ahead and now we can make 16 of these. Technically, we already have 4, so let's just make 16. That'll complete the quest. We can make more whenever we need it. Right now, I'm going to store it away in its fancy little container. And then we're also going to need, now that I think about it, we're going to need some bricks. So, I might as well just do a whole stack. Since we have as much as we have, we should do it that way. There we go. Alright, so we'll get those bricks cooked up. Until then, let's go ahead and make another turntable. Now, we are using a turntable for another purpose, but we can go ahead and make another one. And that will help us here in a little bit. There's our clock, and we're going to need some of these slabs and more smooth stone for those. And we're going to need 3 of those, and we're also going to need a couple gears. Right? Or a gear. There we go. Now we have a turntable, another turntable that we can actually power and get it to do some other things. So, under here we can hook up another actual turntable just to do some of the turning of stuff. I think that's what I might use here. So I could place the turntable there and we could work on, you know, making things, or I could hook it up over here. But I think we have enough going over here that I don't really want to worry about doing that. I don't know. I mean, we could do a lot of different things. We could even set up a water wheel inside the building, but I don't know if I want to have it inside. I don't know. I think down here will be just fine. We already have the hookups for it. Let's go ahead and take this, and I think we need a few more axles, which is completely fine. We have the stuff for it. Let's make those few extra axles. Mine down under here. See what we got going on, because I think we have just enough room for everything down here. There should be a box. Yes, there's one right there, which will hook into this. Perfect, because it gets power from the bottom as well. Alright, so let's get our gearbox here. Face it in the right direction. Make sure the power is facing this. And then we'll set our axle here. Now, I do need to get out of here, so let me go ahead and make an escape route before I get stuck. There we go, and then we'll pipe that up, and now the turntable should work, and all should be well. There we go, and then we'll just place our cobblestone back. So, this is actually working. It is ticked to the high speed, so you can kind of hear it. Tick, tick, tick. And the slower you turn this, you can hear it's a lot slower. This does make a lot of noise. If I was to turn that off, which, I mean, I want to keep it on, because I want the glue. We do have 8, so we do have that ready. But let's go ahead and see what we can do now with this clay. So, what we can do, we can place clay on this now that it's spinning, and it's going to start chipping away at the clay and forming it into some cool things. Now, you can set this to higher tick rates, so you get it to go a lot faster, or you can set it to slower, so you can actually do this more controlled. It is going to be a lot slower, though. Oh, as you can see, we have an Unfired Crucible. That's kind of cool. What else can we make, though? Let's go ahead and try this out. So if we tick this to a... Let's go ahead and switch this. Get an open hand. We'll switch this to the second one, because I think it's going to be a little bit easier to do the second one. We'll get a shovel. You can see that it turned into an Unfired Crucible. What's the next one going to be? Ah, an Unfired Planter. Okay, I'll take that. That seems interesting. What other things does it have available? So, I want to set this to the highest. We'll go a lot faster this way. So, there's the Unfired Crucible. There's the Planter. What else do we have? Ah, so we have an Unfired Vase, or Vase, depending on how people like to say that. All right, and we can try again. Let's see what else we can get. And then also you can pick up some of the leftovers that this thing does make. There's the unfired. What else you got? All right, there's the vase, or vase. Everybody calls it different. And there's the urn. Awesome. Now what happens if you just let it go? So there's an unfired urn. So that seems to be just about everything. So what happens if you just let this continue? Will it do anything? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see what it does. All right, there's the vase. Vase? I don't know. You guys will let me know in the comments what you think. What happens if we let it keep... Oh! Okay, so that's it. That's all it does. So you have an urn, you have the vase, you have the planter, and you also have an unfired crucible. These are all the things that you can make with the turntable. That, or you can use it as a timer, like such. Pretty cool, right? It works really well, in my opinion. Works great. Alright, so now that we have that done, let's go ahead and work on some of the other things that you can do with Better with Mods. And that is, what do you do with these? I mean, what do you do? Oh! It requires a kiln. That's strange. How does a kiln work? That's something we're going to have to figure out. In kilns, they have to be set up a certain way. So, we could replace this setup with a kiln, and then figure out somewhere else to put this. But I think this looks so good in here that I don't want to mess with this setup. I think we should put a kiln somewhere else. Maybe we should even move the turntable to up here in the front and put a kiln here. And we'd have to move the bellow, so that way the bellow, I think, would work with the kiln. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and get started with that. We're going to have our brick. That is something we're going to have. Let's go ahead and turn this. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bricks in total. We can have more, though, but I'm going to use 5 just for demonstration so you guys know exactly how many you need. That's all you need is a hibachi and that. So with the hibachi, we are going to need to make a few adjustments here. Because we're going to have to turn some of this into its counterparts. So we're going to need 8, right? Because we are going to need another hibachi. So we should have enough glue. Let's go ahead and take our glue out. Let's unfire this, because this doesn't need to be stoked for this to work. We'll throw the ground netherrack in here. The ground netherrack's going to give us... Oh wait, no, we need hellfire dust. So we need to turn this into hellfire dust. Look at me going crazy. Alright, let's turn this into hellfire dust. You guys know how to do that. It makes an awful noise. There it is. And we have a couple left over. There we go. If we're not careful, by the way, if this is not powered like such, there's a chance it'll spawn gas. So just keep that in mind. I know we didn't try that, and we may use that as a way to spawn gas in. I don't know if those particular gas will actually drop tears, but that's a good way to try. And let's go ahead and place that in there. That will do its thing. As you can see, you can place it however you want. And we'll let that work. While that's working, we can go ahead and find a spot to put this. And I mean, that's going to involve possibly moving this, and moving this whole setup. Because we don't need this setup here anymore. I think we're going to put it in the front. Now that I get to thinking about how this is going to end up working. Let's go ahead and break all this. I think placing in the front is going to work just fine. Oh yeah, there's a box already there. So why not allow that to work like that? So yeah, we could probably put the turntable here. Right? We may have to put it somewhere else. That's got me wondering. Is there a need for that there? Yes, there is. Because that would put the turntable, like, right in front of this. And I don't think that's even necessary, to be honest. We can put the turntable over here in the corner. Strange. Let me think. Is there... Okay, so there's a box here, so we could just put it right here. We'll just put it right here for right now, and I'll place it... there. Well, I want it above ground, but I'll place it there for right now, till we figure out a better method. And that could be a water wheel. Let's go ahead and think about the water wheel. how do we make a water wheel? So we need wood blades, we need a bunch of this wood. Okay. So how much of that wood do we actually need? Because we don't have that much. We need 8 blades worth. Oh, we totally have enough. That was perfect. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that. That's a water wheel, guys. Awesome. So, we got this. Age of Wood, and we've done it. This whole section. Age of Wood, Tier 4, Fire Mastery. Oh, we get a tool bag. Claim. What is all in the ore bag? That's what I want to know. What do we get? Oh, we got emerald. Ooh, fancy. And we got some more redstone ore. Okay. And what's in the tool bag? Oh, stone shovel. Man, bummer. Anyways, that's okay. We'll figure that out. It's even a used shovel. Man. Alright, it pulls from the loot tables anyway, so... Alright. It's getting dark. Let's go ahead and sleep on this. And then we'll set the water wheel up. And I think we can use the water wheel for another turntable setup. And I think this will work. Awesome. I think I've come up with a great idea. I think removing the setup that we have here and simplizing it, I guess you can say, make it a little bit more simple. We can go ahead and remove the cauldron. I want to put something else here, and that's going to be this setup. So let's get get a block placement. We'll place that there. This is going to be the very bottom of our cauldron. We're going to have a block back here, and then we're going to have a block right there. We're going to need another block placer, so we can go ahead and use this one for now. And we can go ahead and turn the fire on to give us a little bit of light so we can see. We'll place a block back here for placement, and then a block there. We can go ahead and break this one. It's another placement block. We're going to need it for the other side. Placement block, and there we go. That, guys, is a kiln. A fully functional kiln. Right? And all we had to do was replace that block. Now, we can do a few things to make this look a little bit better. And that is turning it into, you know, more brick. Making more brick and placing it around it. But honestly, that's all you need right there. You don't have to have extra brick to make things look nicer. You don't have to do anything fancy like that. And for this, there's going to be no need for us to ever turn that fire off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some bricks right here. And I'm going to add a brick here and a brick here. And that's really all I'm going... Well, actually, I want to add 2 more bricks, and I think I'll be completely done with that. I do have some more brick in here. There we go. And that's going to make it look a little bit more real, because right now it kind of looks a little bit funny. And there we go. We have that set up. I'm also going to add something else. On the bottom here, I want to put a cauldron in this corner. So I may end up putting 2 cauldrons in both of these corners. But for right now, I'm going to put a cauldron right here. We may actually put a cauldron on this side as well, and use 2 of them. But for right now, this cauldron should work, and should work just fine. We're going to have to make ourselves another hibachi. So hibachi is just some stone, 1 piece of redstone. You guys know how it goes. There we go. The filament, and all is good. Now we're also going to need another piece of redstone, piece of cobblestone, and a stick. And of course, that's for the lever. Here I am taking the hibachi, doing that. There's the lever. Awesome. And we'll go ahead and place that down below. And then we'll be able to turn this on as well. So we'll place that one down, and then we'll place a lever. And we can place a lever right here. Doesn't really matter. That's just where it's going to go for now. And there we go. We have another fire. Now, all I can do is, I can set up another hibachi. And I'll go ahead and get the stuff set up for that. And see how that goes, because, it's not going to take too much to get us there. Where's all my... I did have crushed. There it is. So yeah, all we need is this. 24 of those thrown in here, and then we'll throw that back inside. That block there. There we go. Awesome. And then we'll throw that back inside this. Now, it should work. It doesn't matter if there's a block above it, I do believe. It should start working. I don't think a block above it matters. Yeah, no. So yeah, and then having another one here would make everything all nice and symmetrical looking. And everything is all good, right? Everything's good. Well, I mean, we're missing a few things. I think having some stairs in some form around this thing would make it look even better. Plus, it gives me access to be able to pop up here. And we can do that such as this. Just kind of adding some stairs, and honestly, we can get rid of this back piece. This is just for looks. I'll take the lever. You can go there. And that's all surrounded, right? And then now we have a kiln. Now, what can we do with this kiln? As it is. Well, we can take our Unfired Crucible, or we can take our planter, because I think the planter would be kind of cool to show off. And you place the planter in here, and this is just normal, with a normal fire underneath it. As you can see, you don't see too much going on, right? Well, if you stoke it, let me go ahead and stoke this. I will pull this out. Look at that. The kiln is now functional, and look what we're doing. This block is still called a brick. It's all called bricks, but it says now it's from Better with Mods. Only the bottom one. And as you can see, bam, it looks like it's breaking it, but it's really transforming it. And then, there we go, we have a planter, guys. Awesome. How cool is that? And what we can do with this planter is actually place it down. Let's place that planter here. I think we can throw dirt in it. Like that. And we can actually plant stuff in it, I do believe. I don't know if you have to till the stuff, but we can try. Let's throw hemp in there. I mean, it's from its own mod, so might as well. Yeah, you have to till it, and then you can plant some hemp. And guys, it's looking really good. And then you can grow it. And it's like a little potter plant, a little individual plant. You can do this with all kinds of stuff. Sugar cane, all of that works. And there you go. Now you have a hemp plant right at your fingertips, guys. That's really cool looking. And can be very decorative. You can actually put trees and I think everything in there. So that'll work. Perfect. But yeah, I'm going to turn this off for right now. I'm going to place the Hellfire Dust in there. I'm going to give myself another cauldron so we can make things twice as fast. And guys, I think overall this is going to look really good. And this is a great starting point. And eventually we can set up automation because I don't think this has to be a certain thing up here. Eventually I think we put block breakers and placers. And we can have hoppers and things like that pulling items automatically out. I think it's going to work out great, guys. I hope you guys have been enjoying this Let's Play. If you have, you know what to do. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, give that video a thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And as always, thanks for watching.